Now, let's work on the pranic layer. Let's work on the prana sarira. First thing, all of you edited, did that writing positive lines, positive words for the. Understand why I ask you to write, so that in future continuously you will remember. You should not repeat the negative words inside your mind, especially early morning when you get up. When you brush your teeth, you will see that your mind will be talking to you. You will be talking to yourself. You will be brushing your teeth. You will be taking bath, but you will be talking to yourself something. Little, sometimes loudly or sometimes mildly, but you will be talking to yourself. Those thoughts should not have any negative engrams. Understand? Because those thoughts are very powerful. Early morning thoughts and the thoughts before going to bed are very powerful. Do not have any negative words at that moment. That's very important. Now, it's a two-step technique. First step, I am bringing your whole awareness to the pranic layer. As on now, your awareness is in the physical layer. For somebody it is in the causal layer, sleeping. At least for majority of the people it is in the physical layer. From physical layer I am moving that awareness to the pranic layer. Just like changing the gear in the car. Hold the clutch and change the gear. Same way, I am holding the awareness and change the whole thing to pranic layer by a simple method. How you know? Inhale as slowly as possible. Hold as long as possible. Exhale as slowly as possible. Hold your lungs empty as long as possible. It is not pranayam. Please be very clear. Do not count. Do as much as possible. Then what will happen? You know, your awareness will completely fall on pranic layer, on the breathing movement, on the breath cycle. And naturally your whole consciousness will fall on the prana sarira. This is the first step. You will do the same, you will repeat the same cycle continuously till I give instruction for second step. The second step is just sit and live all your desires. Throughout your life you live like a beggar, having desires and not fulfilling them. Now for half an hour pamper yourself. Nothing wrong. Just feel you are living in your heaven. Just create your heaven and live. Two things. First thing our mind will say, no, just by visualizing what will I get it or what? Greed. Or the fear. If all my desires are fulfilled, my life will become mess. Drop both. Just go into it. You will understand. Actually by giving life to all your desires, I am bringing them to awareness. Automatically, whatever is your prarabdha will fall into your consciousness. Means it will become strong. Whatever is imposed on you will automatically drop. You will again and again come back to few desires. Only few desires, which are your prarabdha. All the other agamya will simply disappear, will drop. Understand very clearly. The second step is important step. Chase all your desires. Usually desires only chase you. Now it is time. Don't leave them. Chase all of them. Whatever way you want to live, create your heaven and live. For half an hour, nothing wrong. Suddenly you will see you are empty. You are already fulfilled. Suddenly you will see the big load is taken away from you. I tell you, dream, your desires and this world, all three are made of same stuff. All three are made of same stuff. If you work on some one thing, all other two will change. Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat. Dream, this world and your desires. All the three are made of the same stuff. It is just made of the same stuff. Your being, the Jagat is this world. Dreams is your being. Your desires. The dreams are your, see, the Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat. Jagat is, Jiva, Ishvara, Jagat is one set. Dream, desires and the world is another one thing. The Jagat is the world. Jiva is your dreams. Ishvara is your desires. All the three are made of the same stuff. So do not bother. Work on one thing. Other two will automatically change. Other two will be automatically transformed. Any doubt in the instruction? I will guide you step by step. Yes. That you don't bother. Just leave. That's enough. Please take few moments and read whatever you have written. Here I say, first finish reading. You should not forget. After that you will start searching. Yes. You can live one after another or all together, no problem. It's up to you. Just create a heaven, your own heaven, and live in it. All these years you live like a beggar, now live like a king. If you finish writing, then stand up. You see, first step has to be done by standing, second step by sitting. Please stand up and fold the chairs. If you finish reading, you are ready to finish, read. Tie the ribbon. That incident with your updated intelligence, what you will think? How can I say my mother to die? How can I do that? My mother is more important than toy. Today you understand all these things. Your intelligence is updated. But at that moment, you did not have this intelligence. Now if you start worrying about the past decisions or the past incidents with this updated intelligence, who is the loser? You are the loser. All our guilt is trying to review our past decisions, our past incidents with updated intelligence. That is where the whole thing starts. When your intelligence is updated, use it to make your life more blissful. Do not use the intelligence to torture yourself. Somebody asked me, Swamiji, past okay, even now I do something which I know it is wrong. What about that guilt? Be very clear. For example, you are smoking. The moment you decide to smoke, your intelligence works only towards that. After smoking, after half an hour, you start repenting. That's different. After half an hour, your body chemistry is different. But when the urge to smoke comes, when that happens, your body chemistry is more powerful than your reasonings. So naturally, your intelligence decides to smoke. At that moment, you have that much intelligence. After the smoking, again the reasoning logic goes up. You start creating guilt. When you decide anything, at that moment, what you have is only intelligence available to make decision. After some time, you may have little more intelligence. Your logic may rise beyond the body chemistry. See, it's like at the moment when you decide to smoke, your body chemistry is having upper hand than your reasoning logic. After a few minutes, once you finish smoking, suddenly the logic goes up. Logic takes the upper hand than your body chemistry. So you may have a little more intelligence. But when you decided, what was your intelligence decision? Naturally related to body chemistry. It was an upper hand. Be very clear. Now, if you try to review your past decisions, past incidents with updated intelligence, you will create only trouble for yourself. Guilt is a three-layer guilt. First, below the age of 7, guilt created by your immediate family. See, when you are a child, elders are not able to answer all your questions. So whenever they don't have enough patience or intelligence to answer your questions, they start giving you rules. All the rules imposed on you will become guilt. All the rules imposed on you, anything given to you without conscious understanding, without making you understand about the whole thing, that will naturally lead to guilt. Below the age of 7, the guilt created by immediate family. After the age of 7 to 14, guilt created by the society. That will be more related to sex-centered. And after the age of 14, you yourself master the art of creating guilt. Nobody else needs to create guilt. You start creating for yourself. By that time, you are mature to create enough guilt for yourself. This three-layer guilt, usually you will be able to remember immediately all the guilt created by you. If you dig a little deep, only then you will be able to create, you will be able to remember the second layer, means the 7 to 14 guilt. If you concentrate and meditate deeply, only then you will be able to dig 0 to 7 guilt. Now, you need to work all the three-layer guilt. You may think, if I don't feel guilty, how will I be moral, Swami? Please be very clear. Never live your morality because of guilt or fear, greed. Please be very clear. Morality should happen out of your integrity, not out of guilt. If it is out of guilt, automatically you will do the same mistake, because guilt is like a weight in your consciousness. Any weight will make you do the same act again and again and again. Guilt is a wedge inserted in your inner space. You become off. At some point, you will be talking about one subject. The other point, you will be talking about just opposite. Guilt makes you schizophrenia. Guilt makes you as a split personality. Guilt can never lead you to morality. Please be very clear. Only integrity can lead you to morality. And morality which happens out of integrity only is the solid experience or solid truth or solid morality. If morality is based on guilt, it is only just skin deep. It is just skin deep. Do not allow morality based on guilt. Let morality happen to you only based on integrity and understanding. And I tell you one more thing. People who create guilt in us, people who are cunning enough to hide their personal life, only they go on imposing rules and regulations on your head. Only they go on creating guilt in you. Be very clear. The moment guilt is created in you, you can be exploited. You can be ruled. As long as you don't have guilt, nobody can rule you. The moment you give place for guilt in your inner space, you can be easily exploited, cheated. Guilt is a simple technique to exploit you. Never let guilt happen in your life. Guilt will completely make you schizophrenia. And I have seen people carrying the guilt for throughout their life. Few guilts they carry throughout their life and suffer. There is no need. You don't have to suffer Because you have updated intelligence. Because you have updated intelligence. Your intelligence is supposed to help you. It is supposed to make you more blissful. It is not supposed to make you more worrying or suffering. People who can't explain things logically, and if they want to exploit you, they infuse or create guilt in you. Person, if he is cunning enough, or if he is capable of hiding his life from others, he starts creating moral lessons for others. Please be very clear. People who create guilt in you, if you see their personal life, they will also be suffering with the same problems. They are also suffering with the same problems. But they are cunning enough to manage